Hey everyone, ZeroJD here with the XBLA fan channel. Here to give a quick taste of Reverse Crawl, a tactical turn-based game where you play as the bad guy. The story being that you had a kingdom, you had a pretty wimpy army, so the Red Queen came in, slaughtered them all, killed you, but your daughter revived you as the Reverend King, and now you are setting out to pretty much go after the Red Queen, and you are killing her heroes and minions, kind of stuff like that. It's essentially a reverse dungeon crawler where you're stopping the heroes from getting to their goal, or you're saving your old allies, or finding tomes to make yourself more powerful, that kind of thing. So the game's kind of broken up into chapters. I've actually beaten seven of them so far. The way they work is that you get these three options here, and you pick one. You go through it, beat it, and that one's replaced with a new one, and the other two stay the same. So if you want to kind of not do one, you don't really have to. The way these also work is they're kind of randomized. So when you start it, the enemies you fight against can be random and stuff like that, and you can just abandon the quest if it's too hard and just come back here and try something else. You of course have a EXP bar, and once you level up, you actually get little talent points, upgrade points, which you can invest in here. I've been putting stuff into Saboteur, which will kind of hurt the heroes, quote unquote, and make them weaker for when you're fighting them. I also put some stuff into necromancy because a lot of my minions are undead, so that's what I've been doing there. And of course, you get your warlord stuff, your marksman, magus, and like beastmaster rewards. It just essentially shows you every a few levels you get the ability to level something up, and it's essentially just shown here what you picked and all that kind of stuff. And I believe that those cards are randomized. Hall of Hero Champions I just think is strong enemies that I've vanquished and all that kind of stuff. So I've tried this one right here. So this is like a merchant raid. You know how heroes are like escorting the merchants and all that kind of stuff? You're attacking the merchants so you can get upgrades and new traits and fun stuff like that. Dark Warriors, you have an elf ally who you saved earlier, and they want you to go rescue the elf warriors here, but we're gonna go and attack the merchants. So right here, they're just gonna be some little dialogue here. What you'll see on the left is actually enemy groups left. That's how many waves of enemies there are. On the right is minion groups. That's how many waves of your guys you have. So here, these are my units so far. I can pick which ones I want. So if I want to pick like these guys, I'll get a whole bunch of skeletons, and they have like all their information on the right there. Like these guys are actually weak against clerics, but very good against small groups. They also, since they're melee, if they get close to ranged units, they'll do it a lot of extra damage. This is the Reverend King here. That's just my guy, and his daughter. And then we have my a mage I picked up, some wolf guys, and all these other kind of fun stuff here. On the left, you'll actually see the units that they're using. So they have a champion that has a medium armor, low initiative, so they go last. They have a cleric, and then they have the merchant, who is super easy to beat. So I want to try to start with Violet. That's the dark elf I have saved earlier, and this is turn-based combat. You will see at the top left, I actually have my experience points and all that stuff that I'll earn. Bottom left is just the like combat ticker. That's just standard, kind of like if you ever played World of Warcraft and clicked over to like the combat logs and stuff like that. So what I can do is I can move my unit, or I can attack. But if I want to, I can actually have my unit, if I hit the bumpers, I can actually pick to have them defend, which will recover health, and it will counter the next melee attack. Or I can do a power strike. It has a 40% chance to miss, but it has a guaranteed critical. And then down here with the right triggers are the little abilities that I've kind of picked up as we went. And then there's a chest here that I could get if I could get closer, but let's see. I want to attack. The merchant isn't super strong, so let's go after this guy here. I believe he is a berserker. And the more damage they take, the harder they are the harder they hit. And of course you can see at the bottom right all the stats and stuff like that. So the rangers and archers like that hardly ever. I don't think they actually do miss. I believe if I kill this guy in the big armor, I actually get a hit to add his armor to my thing. So if my units were melee, they would actually be getting a bonus to flanking, since I'm around that hexagon that the enemy is on. So I'm actually getting kind of, the floor is mopped with me right now. I've been having issues with some of these recent ones because the RNG has seemed to be not in my favor. I feel like I'm just getting kind of tossed up against very strong enemies that are oddly hard because until literally the 8th one, I've been having 0 issues with killing stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, you're gonna hurt for a while. Oh, he killed both of us. So now I only have one more group to summon, so let's see what I can do. Greybeard's been pretty good to me because a lot of his stuff is just ranged magic. So he actually has the ability to, these abilities up here, the extra abilities here, don't actually use your action. It'll say right there. So let's summon a homunculus and then put a shield on him, and then we'll have him attack the dude here. We'll have you attack him. Move the homunculus there. So the acolytes also have a healing ability that also does not take their attack phase, so they are down. So it looks like we have another. There, let's summon 2 skeletons, and then go after this guy here. Get you as well. Heal up and then attack. So see, since I move here, since he see how my skeleton warrior is at the upper right there, I got a flanked count bonus for him. We'll keep healing. If I could at least eliminate these guys without losing too much, I should be able to kind of pull this out. So I lost him, but the archer shouldn't be too hard to deal with, especially if I magic him. I don't think my magic's that strong though. Yeah, wasn't really worth it. Did get a crit though. We might be able to pull this off. This is one of the ones I've been having issues with. So she summoned a dummy there. If that was near the middle and I had melee units near it, the melee unit cannot ignore a adjacent target. They kind of have to go after the thing there. So we're gonna summon you, and then fire that off there. And that's gonna essentially murder him. Okay, good. So let's see. Let's not heal you. I'll move you forward. And of course, damage will carry over to the next kind of round. So as long as I can inflict enough damage, I can just bring out the Reverend King, who's fairly, actually pretty strong. And we'll actually heal Greybeard there and go after Meatborn. Since he is right next to my caster, I have to actually attack him, and that'll wrap that up for me. So let's see. So you see how some of these units have actually slow? That means that the minions in this group suffer movement. So selfish. So let's re-roll and see if I can't get a better. There it is. Quick. So I'm gonna have her summon that unit, summon a skeleton, and then we're gonna start focusing on this guy down here. Get that archer in there. Get you up there. So I believe we might be able to eke out a win here if we kind of keep up this pace. It's a pretty fast turn-based game though, so I enjoy that. Wow, I got one hit by that dude just because he had taken so much damage. So we might actually lose that. Come on. So he's dead. So that's the issue with the Berserkers. The more damage they take, the higher their attacks will be. Stone Smoker's a very interesting name, so there goes him. Oh, her. And that's it. But of course, even if you die, you get experience and all that kind of fun stuff like that. Rewards, nah. So let's see. Let's try that one again, and I can actually show you that it will. See, now it's Elite Militia, Militia, Bard, and Merchant instead of that big old honking dude that was there the first time. So this guy... Ooh, they have some extra threat. Threat is what you use to summon stuff. It goes up as you kill heroes and all that kind of fun stuff. So if I summon them, we actually are already at 4, and I can already summon a skeleton. So let's keep going for these militia. So he got a extra bit of armor there. They did get that. Oop, I always do that, and then we're gonna order that, and then there. I mix up the buttons sometimes. So let's move you here and start trying to kill off these guys. So this is actually a pretty good first turn because I have a decent number of units already out. He's dead. And then some units are very clearly weaker to other ones. Like some of the rogue units are like, hey, this character moves really fast, but if you counter them with a person who's ranged, they can't actually dodge the attacks. Also, for some reason, the AI will just randomly attack the traps. There we go. We're doing better. Yeah, summon that. Kill off that one. Get another skeletal warrior in there. And I've upgraded that's one of the that's affected by that upgrade I actually showed up to you earlier. But this is the game. You're just kind of going through here. I'm sure it has plenty of replayability and all that kind of fun stuff. So we'll try to get through here, and man, we are doing pretty good, I think, for this one. So hopefully I'll actually win. But I will end the video after the battle, so I can't end and be like, oh yeah, I won. You're gonna see either my spectacular victory or my amazing failure. But the way it's going, we're doing pretty good. But I do really like the concept of this game, where you're the bad guys, and you're kind of, no, you're just like, I like what was it, Overlord, the one with the minions. I really enjoyed that one. So I've powered him up, and I missed. So I think this guy just has like a ton of armor, so I don't really have to worry about his like attacks. I think he's more focused on armor. Like he just did 18 damage, and that's about it. Yeah, ooh, that was actually a pretty hard hit. I also think it's funny that if you heal, you actually heal your skeletons. Within most games like this, if you heal a undead unit, they take damage. I think that's kind of funny. Get him homunculus. Homunculuses are essentially worthless. They are just kind of there with, hey, fodder. So this wolf I actually recently got, and if he dies, everyone gets a health and a damage boost. Ooh, there goes that guy. So that rogue just dodged, and he got warped to a different area. Let's finish off this feral smoker. Some of the names are pretty good. Oh god. He's almost dead. There it is. Alright, puppy. Yeah, I don't actually use the magic one much anymore, because for a while it was doing fine, but I guess since I didn't really power it up, it no longer matters. But like I said before, like the only real kind of turnoff is like how random it can be. Like before, I just got massacred. Also, these are the cards I was talking about. Like I got massacred, or at least I did okay until the end, and there I literally just wiped the floor with them. So let's see, magic resistance. Minions at this group spawn with treasure chests. Okay, let's go with that one. And then they laugh, and then you get a little points. What is this one? Ooh, additional wolf. That's really nice. So that's an extra unit. And then we just go on. So I can defeat the Spider Queen, gain new powers, and defend the Goblin Totem. But hey, I am ZerJD. This is the XBLA fan channel. This was Reverse Crawl. I think it's pretty neat. If you're looking for a good turn-based game, hey, check this out. It's pretty fun. I like the concept of we don't get enough games where you play as the bad guy or the quote-unquote bad guy kind of thing. But I am ZeroJD. This is the XBLA Fan Channel. Please check out our other videos. It helps us out a lot. If you share them, comment, I'll try to get back to you. And thank you and have a nice day.